7 new ISNs connected between July 2015 and June 2016. And we counted your most frequently asked questions. Is my port limited? Is it shaped to the traffic I subscribed? So no, in the survey, is that you want to access big European IXPs. So. Hello everyone. So if you don't know me, I'm Solène. I cover the marketing, the sales and the administration at FranceIX since the beginning. I work with the fantastic Nadia that you must have often regarding upgrades and contracts, and Mark more focusing on the marketing. He produces amazing pictures for the social networks, videos, and so on. So we are 3 at the moment in the team of marketing and sales. I will talk about the membership. Frank already mentioned that we connected 44 new ISNs in Paris. It's basically the same average as last year, so no big increase in terms of new ISNs, but it's good to see that we remain on the same average. On the contrary, the upgrades, we nearly doubled the number of them in Paris. So this is due to different elements. First of all, we checked much more often your traffic, so we encourage you to upgrade. But also there is the positive loop. The more members we have at FranceIX, the more traffic you drain, and that means more upgrades in general. In Marseille, we are nearly 30 now. 7 new ISNs connected between July 2015 and June 2016, and we counted 6 upgrades. Our members, so a few years ago, we were mostly French. We had mostly French networks, and we assumed that within a few years we would have a split of 50% French networks, French-based networks, and 50% from abroad. What is funny to see after a few years is that we still remain on the same train. We have 65% of French networks. The rest is coming mostly from Europe, then North America, and then the increasing areas of Asia, Middle East, and Africa. But the split remains the same. And that shows that the French market is still quite alive, and we still receive spontaneous requests for connection from French networks, so it's also a good sign of the French economy. Regarding the services, so you know we don't offer any more copper ports. You have the choice between LX port, LR port, or LR4 for the 100 gigabit port. The first customer to connect with 100 gigabit was OVH last December. Since then, we have 5 or 6 members with this type of ports, and there are more coming up. So as you know, you can choose your traffic, 100 megabit, 200 megabit, 1 gig, 2 gig, 10 gig, several 10 gigs, or several 100 gig. Public peering, our community is really open to peering, so 95% of the community in Paris send their routes to route servers, and they collect the traffic from the other members, so I highly encourage you to do the same. And in Marseille it's a bit lower, mostly because in percentage we have much more CDNs in Marseille, and they tend not to go on the root servers. So that doesn't mean they wouldn't accept a bilateral session, but you have to ask them. It's not done on the root servers. And it's all included in the monthly recurring fees. But then you can also set up private VLANs, and this is more specifically to buy the services from our marketplace partners, Orange, Hurricane Electric, Zayo, and soon Kentic. And for this, there is no impact on the recurring fees. You are still charged the traffic that you subscribed, but we do charge a setup fee on each side of the VLAN. So, just so you know. Your most frequently asked questions, is my port limited? Is it shaped to the traffic I subscribed? So no, it's not. You have an access to tools.frontsix.net where you can find your S-flow stats. You know how much traffic you have if you exceed your traffic subscribed. So on our side, we see the traffic, we see your stats, we get alerts, so we contact you when you burst too often. But yeah, you can see on your side as well. We decided not to rate limiting for quality purpose. How do I upgrade? It's very simple. You send a request to info@frontsix.net, and we send you back an amendment to the connection agreement within a day or a few days. It can be very quick if, for instance, this is just a contractual upgrade. If you have 1 gig, but you subscribe to 100 megabits and you want a full line rate 1 gig, then it can be just a question of signing the amendment. But if you need to switch ports, then it can take a few days to a few weeks. Can I get colocation services from FriendSix? No, we don't do that. We focus on peering. But do know that on our website, in our pricing section, we do release the special conditions of our partners. So Interaction, Telehouse, Iliad, and so on. They do specific price for the community of FriendSix, and usually to have them, you just need to send the proof of the connection agreement. Does FriendSix provide the interco between Paris and Marseille? No, we used to, but now we have a partnership in place, BIX, that my colleague Delphine will talk about. So it's not possible anymore. The satisfaction, as Frank mentioned, we run 2 surveys this year, just to make sure that the metrics, we could compare metrics and see if there was an improvement. And there was one. To be honest, I'm not sure if that can be correlated to you being grumpy during winter and being happy during July and August. But yeah, we saw an improvement. Your general satisfaction went from 4.3 to 4.7 out of 5 stars. But yeah, if I have to give the real reason, it's because we had far less outages. And also, we released a new website, which was 1.2 improved in between January and the second survey in July. What did the survey give us? Regarding the pricing, you have mixed opinions. So some of you think we should decrease it and decrease it from 2 gig. The pricing below that is okay for you, and the other half is okay with the pricing at the moment. So I think we will focus on 2 gig and 10 gig for the next price decrease, but of course I cannot commit to it because it's still being reviewed by the direction. But yeah, we are still quite in line in the average of the market for you. And the second big point that was outlined in the survey is that you want to access big European IXPs, so you know the likes, Lynx, Amzex, Dekex, directly via your FrontSix port. And this is something we are considering within the marketplace, so something that can be provided on your port, but via our partners, not via FrontSix directly. Would you recommend FrontSix? Yes, so that's very good to know, and it goes well with the satisfaction rate. So thank you, and I hope you will recommend us to your contacts. What has been done this year and what we plan to do? So we went to a lot of events, but that was one of the suggestions also in the survey, in the second survey. You said that we were not enough in the industry events. So even though we increased the number of events this year, since the team is increasing as well, we will try to go to more events and also try to do more community events in Paris, in Marseille, so you can get more occasions to meet and discuss business and flourish. Regarding the communications, we make sure that we are getting published in the media quite often. This year we will, in January 2017, we will publish our annual report, the first one. And we also intend on having quarterly dashboard. So at the moment, every quarter we publish on the website a technical update. What has been done, what will be done the next quarter. It's something that we want to expand also to the financial part of French CX and also the marketing and sales action. So this will be published in the website and then in the newsletters. In April, we released a new version of the website. We have still new pages to roll out on this website, but the new website has the big advantage of separating the communities, so it's a clear distinction between Paris and Marseille for the member list, for the pricing, for the conditions, etc. So it's clearer. We will also, when you want to connect, or when you want to connect, you fill in a PDF, then you send it by email. We want to avoid that in the future and just have an online order form, so you can, in a few clicks, order your connection to French CX. And the next step, the third point, is that we want to invite 4 to 5 members to a focus group. So that will be a breakfast, just half a day in French CX offices to discuss the browsing of the website, what information are missing, what are your ideas to improve the website. So I'm mentioning this because if there are volunteers, that's perfect. Otherwise, I will have to make a call for volunteers later on. Any volunteers? Okay, I will chase you up then. The sales process, in April as well, we released a new agreement. Basically, we used to have a 25 pages agreement, which was very long, a lot of paperwork. So now we have general conditions, which is a spare document for your records, and just a 2 to 3 page specific conditions that we require you to sign. So it is much quicker. That was the goal of the process. The next step will be the online order. And we also implemented a tougher follow-up of your connection. By tougher, I mean stricter for us. So after, on the date of the first month of your connection, we check up with you by email to see if you have a good traffic, if that was what you were expecting, or if you need to upgrade, or if you need anything else. So just to make sure that you do start your peering on the right basis. And also we go after the members with regular bursts, because that means it's not exceptional and they need to upgrade. I was talking about the team, so we have Mark and Nadia. We had an intern for 4 months, Caroline. But now we need someone full-time to cover the communication. So we are recruiting 1 comm manager, also a second sales assistant, a second Nadia, and 1 accounting assistant, because the accounting was done by the sales assistant until now, and there is room for a full-time as well. So if you know people, do not hesitate to send me their applications. And finally, this is where I need your action, so listen up. First of all, who has a peering DB profile? Okay, that's a good number, but some are missing. please do create and update your profile, because we noticed by discussing with several CDNs that they created their own internal tool based on the update of this website, which is an independent database. So they are not really checking all the time our member list, but they do have a tool to provide them an alert with, okay, this network is now connected to FriendsIX, so I can set up a session with them. So it's really important for us that you do put on your profiles that you are connected to FriendsIX. And we have two profiles, FriendsIX Paris and FriendsIX Marseille. And then, so you are automatically subscribed to the mailing list members at friendsix.net, where you get the alerts of the new members. But if possible, I would like you to register to the monthly newsletter. We have 1,100 contacts at the moment. So please join if you don't receive it on a monthly basis. This is where you get all the news of the past months. And also you can follow us on social networks. So if you wonder why it's not the same name everywhere, it's because there is a Spanish guitarist who used FriendsIX on some. Perhaps we will try to buy him out at one point, but yeah, you can follow us on IP FriendsIX on Twitter and Facebook, FriendsIX on LinkedIn, and the FriendsIX on YouTube. And if you have any questions, I welcome them now or later by email.
Perhaps since they have an API for the PeeringDB database where you could coordinate a little bit the data between what's in PeeringDB and what's on the member site, so they sync up. Maybe if it's like, just ACIT or something, because obviously they're both authoritative, but there could be a little bit more coordination there perhaps. Just talk to Yob, I'm sure he would help out.
Yeah, it's something that would be great. I think it's more my colleagues from the technical department that could answer this. We now have an access, a private access. I think we can update directly our page, but we cannot add the new networks. We cannot send, for instance, the list of our members, and yeah, it's still on the member side to push the information on PeeringDB. If we could do it on our side, that would be great. Yeah, definitely. Okay, thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions later on, I will be there until 10. Thank you.